There was, sorry. God, it's just been a day.
I don't know what I expected when it first started. When we first heard the word COVID, I feel like it was just going to be a couple of months and then we would be done.
It was scary. I mean, none of us were like paralyzed with you, but you know, we didn't know a whole heck of a lot more than anybody else knew.
I distinctly remember that we had formed a COVID task team right at the beginning of like March area before we had our first COVID patient. And then the following week was when we started having to wear masks, and all of a sudden it went from one patient to several patients to all of a sudden this overwhelming response was coming to the hospital. And we were not expecting it to turn out like it did.
Seeing patients, I think, and seeing COVID patients, initially you felt, I think you went through a lot of emotions. Initially, you felt bad because you didn't know what you could offer. You wanted to offer them the best you could, everything you can. And it was also scary because you didn't know what kind of course it would take.
My very first patient was a not really sick person. And she looked really, really, really bad. I looked in her eyes at one patient and she kind of was like, oh my God. She didn't verbalize it, but she was quite frankly looking and saying, am I gonna die? And the answer, you know, for me was, yeah, I don't know.
But it's very difficult to explain just how mentally and physically taxing it was on all of the nursing staff, on all of the staff in the hospital, to come in knowing that you probably weren't going to be able to help anybody that day. You were just going to try to support them the best way that you could.
Family members are nervous, patients are scared because it's new, and we just work together to do what we can to get them through.
We all took an oath to essentially come in and treat patients and do what we do, and we just, you know, kept putting one foot in front of the other.
It was a big change, but at the same time, as a team and as a family in that department, every day people just came, and people could have like early retired or just plain quit, but they kept coming back.
One of the things they taught us was like a mindfulness training, is that every time you go wash your hands, take those 5, 10, 15 seconds and let the water run over your hands and just breathe and relax and take a time out. And it works. It gives you a little bit of stress release so you can get back in there.
To help out myself, I started using the PASS system that we have here at Duke, which is the Personal Assistance Services. I started going to see a counselor there because I felt like I needed some place to talk about COVID and to talk about my feelings that wasn't with my family. I didn't want to burden them any more than I already was by, you know, them experiencing everything that I was experiencing. And it really helped to ground me and to not feel so angry, because I felt angry a lot of the time because there was no solutions to anything. That, you know, I'm watching all these people die and I felt like I wasn't really making an impact and I wasn't helping these people. And so talking with someone just made me feel so much better and made my feelings feel validated.
I am blessed to have an amazing, I think, support system. And I'm very open about a lot of my life, I feel like. And so I think it's helpful to talk about things. I think it's helpful to talk to friends and family. I have a great group of friends, and granted, we may have not seen each other in person for the first couple of months, but you know, we made sure to talk via Zoom or FaceTime every week, but also to talk to staff and talk to the nurses and just also realize that we're all in this together and we all have this frustration. I also binged a lot of TV, I'm not gonna lie, whatever. I think I made it through the Marvel movies, Jurassic Park, baked a lot. And then there was also some exercising and slowly getting out and doing things and cutting everyone some slack and cutting myself some slack.
I've been here since April the 15th of 91, and I stayed because I have a love for the hospital. I feel like we are a family here in our ICU.
There is a special bond that we all share, which is experiencing COVID from the very beginning to now. And so these people became my family.
And it takes people to help other people to make this thing work.
I thank almost everybody, all the providers I work with, and the nursing staff and the support staff and everybody. It's really good to work in this ED. I mean, I've personally grown so much.
It was really great to have people to lean on if we needed to, as well as talk to, because they were experiencing the same things that we all were experiencing.
I couldn't ask for a better team.
I would tell my 4-1 team I love you. You're the best. You rock, and you support me every day.
I just want to tell my ICU team, thank you. More than anything, thank you. We don't get thanked enough. You know, nursing is a thankless job, and we know that, but thank you for everything that you have done these last 2 years. I know that I couldn't have gotten through it without all of you guys, and I am so proud of this team that I work for, and I love all of you. I really do.
Duke Regional is my home. I think we've worked as a team. I think we've done great. And definitely we couldn't have done it without each other.